push you, and you've not even begun to walk through the valley yet.
The WWE Universe just witnessed history at Money in the Bank 2025. Roman Reigns made his long-awaited return, but he didn't come alone. In a jaw-dropping twist, Jon Moxley stormed onto the scene, signing a WWE contract live in the middle of the ring. That's right, the lunatic fringe is back, and he's standing shoulder to shoulder with the tribal chief. The Shield has been reborn in the most shocking way imaginable. With Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman's faction ruling WWE unchecked, Reigns just played his ultimate card. You won't believe what happens next. Hit that subscribe button, because WWE will never be the same again. The Shield reborn, Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley shock, WWE Universe at Money in the Bank history was made at Money in the Bank 2025, and the WWE Universe hasn't stopped buzzing since. The night exploded into one of the most jaw-dropping moments of the year as Roman Reigns made a triumphant return to WWE, this time with a brand new Shield brother by his side. And that brother? None other than Jon Moxley, the legendary lunatic fringe, who shocked fans worldwide by signing his WWE contract live, right in the middle of the ring. The arena was electric, the crowd roaring in disbelief as Moxley strode down the ramp, contract in hand. For months, Paul Heyman's faction, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, had dominated WWE with brutal efficiency, leaving no true challengers in sight. Roman Reigns, always the master strategist, knew that only something extraordinary could tilt the scales back in his favor. Enter Moxley, the ultimate wild card bridging the gap between WWE and AEW, a crossover no one saw coming. The unforgettable moment. Lights out, shockwaves. The energy in the arena reached a fever pitch during Seth Rollins' victory celebration, when suddenly the lights went out, plunging the crowd into darkness. When the lights flickered back on, Roman Reigns was standing tall on the stage, holding a folded black tactical vest emblazoned with the iconic Shield logo. The roar from the crowd was deafening. Without hesitation, he tossed the vest into the ring, signaling something monumental was about to happen. Then, the unmistakable and thunderous entrance music of Jon Moxley blasted through the speakers. The AEW star, who hadn't stepped foot in a WWE ring for years, appeared out of nowhere, eyes blazing with intensity. The crowd erupted into cheers and stunned gasps as Moxley marched purposefully to the ring, grabbed the contract from an official, and signed it right there in front of everyone. As the signature was finalized, Reigns joined Moxley in the ring, sliding their black tactical vests on in perfect sync, an unmistakable symbol that the Shield was reborn, united and ready to reclaim their legacy. Seth Rollins' horror and the game-changing alliance. Seth Rollins' expression was one of pure shock and terror. The very men he once called brothers, his greatest rivals and the architects of his deepest battles, were now standing shoulder to shoulder, united once again, against him. The sight of Reigns and Moxley in full Shield regalia was more than a reunion. It was a declaration of war. Moxley grabbed the microphone with a fierce glare, his voice dripping with menace. "You broke us once, Seth. Now we break you." The words echoed through the arena, sending chills down the spines of everyone watching. This seismic moment raised a tidal wave of questions among fans and insiders alike. Is this a permanent WWE return for Jon Moxley, or a special one-time appearance? How did WWE and AEW manage to negotiate such an unprecedented crossover in a fiercely competitive wrestling landscape? And what about CM Punk? Given his complex history with all three Shield members, will he enter the fray? Backstage reports suggest that this masterstroke was all Roman's idea, a brilliant counter to Paul Heyman's psychological warfare. Reigns, always a mastermind, decided to escalate the mind games by bringing back the one man who knows Seth Rollins better than anyone, the unpredictable, unrelenting Jon Moxley. The future of WWE, SummerSlam's most anticipated showdown. With 2/3 of the Shield now reunited and standing firmly against Rollins' faction, SummerSlam 2025 just skyrocketed to the most anticipated WWE event in years. The Tribal Chief has dealt a masterstroke that could reshape the entire WWE landscape. Questions swirl. Is this the beginning of a full Shield reunion with Dean Ambrose's potential return? Will Moxley's gritty, no-holds-barred style be the missing puzzle piece that finally takes down Rollins and his faction? And how will Seth Rollins, a cunning strategist in his own right, respond to this overwhelming threat? The tension between old friendships, bitter rivalries, and brand new alliances has set the stage for a brutal clash that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Final thoughts. The Shield rises again. Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley's unprecedented alliance is more than a storyline. It's a seismic shift in WWE history. The crowd is left buzzing with excitement, speculation, and the promise of epic battles to come. Will Moxley cement his place back in WWE? Can Rollins mount a counterattack? Will Dean Ambrose's shadow loom over this evolving saga? Sound off in the comments below. Smash that like button and subscribe now, because when these brothers collide, you simply cannot afford to miss it. The Shield rises again, stronger, deadlier, and more united than ever.